1. What is dynamic loading in computer programming? A. A method to load external libraries at runtime. B. A technique to optimize memory usage in real-time systems. C. A process of loading data from a database dynamically. D. A way to handle user input in interactive applications. Answer. A. A method to load external libraries at runtime. Explanation. Dynamic loading refers to the capability of a program to load external libraries or modules at runtime. This allows for flexibility in incorporating additional functionality into a program without requiring it to be present from the beginning. Which of the following is not an advantage of dynamic loading? A. Reduced memory footprint. B. Improved program flexibility. C. Faster program startup time. D. Easier maintenance and updates. Answer. C. Faster program startup time. Explanation. Dynamic loading may lead to slightly slower program startup times compared to static loading, as the required libraries or modules need to be loaded at runtime. However, the advantages include reduced memory footprint, improved program flexibility, and easier maintenance. 3. In dynamic loading, which component is responsible for loading external libraries at runtime? A. Compiler. B. Interpreter. C. Linker. D. Operating system. Answer. D. Operating system. Explanation. The operating system is responsible for handling dynamic loading. It provides functions and mechanisms for loading external libraries or modules at runtime based on the program. What is the main advantage of dynamic loading over static loading? A. Improved program performance. B. Reduced memory usage. C. Enhanced code reusability. D. Better error handling. Answer. C. Enhanced code reusability. Explanation. Dynamic loading enhances code reusability by allowing the incorporation of additional functionality into a program at runtime. This flexibility can reduce the need for redundant code and improve overall code organization. Which stage of the software development lifecycle is dynamic loading most useful? A. Requirement gathering. B. Design and architecture. C. Implementation and coding. D. Testing and debugging. Answer. C. Implementation and coding. Explanation. Dynamic loading is most useful during the implementation and coding stage of the software development lifecycle. It allows for the modularization and incorporation of additional functionality into a program without. 6. Which of the following is a potential disadvantage of dynamic loading? A. Increased memory consumption. B. Reduced program flexibility. C. Slower program execution. D. Incompatibility with static typing. Answer. A. Increased memory consumption. Explanation. Dynamic loading may lead to increased memory consumption, as the required libraries or modules need to be loaded into memory at runtime. However, this disadvantage can be mitigated through careful design and 7. What happens if a required library or module is not found during dynamic loading? A. The program terminates with an error. B. The operating system automatically loads a default module. C. The program continues execution without the functionality provided by the missing module. D. The program prompts the user to manually load the missing module. Answer. A. The program terminates with an error. Explanation. If a required library or module is not found during dynamic loading, the program typically terminates with an error. It cannot continue execution without the necessary functionality provided. 8. Which of the following statements about dynamic loading is true? A. Dynamic loading is limited to compiled languages. B. Dynamic loading requires explicit user intervention. C. Dynamic loading can only be used in client-side applications. D. Dynamic loading enables modular and on-demand loading of code. Answer. D. Dynamic loading enables modular and on-demand loading of code. Explanation. Dynamic loading allows for the modular and on-demand loading of code, enabling flexibility and reusability. It is not limited to compiled languages, doesn't require explicit user intervention, and can be used in both client-side and 9. Which technique is commonly used in dynamic loading to resolve symbol references? A. Static linking. B. Dynamic linking. C. Runtime binding. D. Lazy loading. Answer. C. Runtime binding. Explanation. Runtime binding is commonly used in dynamic loading to resolve symbol references. It ensures that the required symbols from dynamically loaded libraries are linked and resolved. 10. Which of the following is not a common implementation mechanism for dynamic loading? A. Dynamic linking. B. Reflection. C. Runtime code generation. D. Preprocessor macros.